Okay, well, welcome back, everybody. We just completed a work session and now we're going to begin the board meeting for Thurston Conservation District Board of Supervisors. For the record, we have 4 of 5 supervisors here tonight. Helen Wheatley, Betsy Negrita, Doug Rushton, and myself, TJ Johnson. David Ayal is not with us tonight, and he let us know that in advance. So with that, the first thing we want to do here is take a look at our agenda. We did add one thing here in the last couple of minutes to the consent agenda, and that is the funding addendum from the Conservation Commission that we talked about in the work session, the $417,000 contract or award from the WSCC. So if anybody is uncomfortable with that being on consent, we can pull it when we get to that point. But that's the only change from the agenda that was presented before. So anything that else changes or additions, deletions to the agenda from board? No? Okay, then I need a motion to approve our agenda.
So moved.
Okay, it's moved by Helen. Is there a second? I think I saw Betsy's lips move, but your sound is off. Okay, so it's been seconded by Betsy. So we will vote on the agenda here. Helen?
Aye.
Betsy?
Aye.
Doug?
Aye.
And chair votes aye. So we've approved our agenda. That moves us then to consent. We have kind of some usual stuff here, our meeting minutes, financial report, and then a livestock funding addendum, a list of surplus items that we wish to surplus, and that's a follow-up discussion to the that we had last month about a surplusing policy. And then, as I said, the last item we added here, E, is the new recent award from the Conservation Commission for forest health and wildfire. So with that, we need a motion on the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I think Doug got in first. Can I take yours as a second, Betsy?
You bet.
Okay, so moved by Doug, seconded by Betsy. We will vote on consent then. Doug? All right. Betsy?
Aye.
Helen?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. So we have approved consent. That moves us to item 5, our partner reports.
4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, I skipped right over that. See, I was traumatized from last time. So this is public comment. This is the opportunity that any member of the public can address the board for up to 3 minutes on an issue that's on their mind that might be relevant to the district here. So is there anyone out there that wishes to make public comment tonight? Going once. Going twice. We will close public comment. We will now move to partner reports, item 5. First up here is NRCS. Do we have anyone? I don't think we have anyone from NRCS here tonight, do we?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that I'm aware of.
They did provide a written report that was in the board packet.
That's right, yeah.
Fairly substantial one.
Yep. So we had a written report from them. The second item here is Department of Ecology. Travis is with us tonight. Hello, Travis. You want to give us an update from your side?
Yeah, hi there, everyone. So first off, I was just kind of looking back at previous board meeting notes. So in, I believe it was July, there was a question for me about the environmental incident report reporting system, and someone mentioned that the link was not working, and I was able to talk with our IT and get that link working. So if anyone ever needs to submit an environmental complaint, that form should be working now. Let's see, for the area, I haven't received any new earths. It's been pretty slow on that front. And we have lost our supervisor. So currently we have our acting supervisor, and you may know her. It's Hannah Coe. She worked in the area in the past. But I'm also happy to introduce two new non-point members that will also be working in Thurston County. They're here with me today, and they can introduce themselves. We have Molly Page and Emily Davis.
Welcome. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Sure, I'll kick it off. My name's Emily Davis, and I'm a new non-point source pollution specialist working in the Southwest region at Ecology on Travis's team. And my focus within the Thurston County Conservation District service area is going to be the Deschutes Basin specifically. So please reach out to me with any questions, comments, concerns of things that are going on in the Deschutes Basin. And I'll put my contact info in the chat as well. And I'll kick it to Molly, unless there are any burning questions.
Go ahead, Molly.
All right. Hi, my name is Molly Page, and like Emily, I'm also on the non-point team. In terms of where I'm working in Thurston County, I work on any areas that drain to Puget Sound shellfish growing areas. So feel free to contact me if you have any issues, and I will keep you up to date if any big earths or anything like that come out of this. So yeah, and I will also drop my contact information in the chat.
Great, thank you to both of you and welcome. Travis told us that the staff was expanding last month. It looks like you got two and lost one with your supervisor. So I guess it's a net gain, Travis, right?
Yeah, yep. Still filling in the team, but it's progress.
Yeah, good. Well, we appreciate seeing an expanded team and look forward to great partnerships with all of you. So welcome.
Awesome.
All right.
And I think that concludes our report.
Okay, great. Well, you're certainly welcome to stick around and see what we do for the rest of the meeting. And if you need to move on elsewhere, we understand that too. That moves us on to State Conservation Commission report. Jean is not here. She's a little under the weather today, so no report there.
Yeah.
And then, oh, sorry.
I can give a report
For
for the commission.
Okay, well then you get 3 reports in a row, Doug. You can talk about the commission and WACD and NACD.
Your fate could be a lot worse. Anyway, as my role on the WACD board, one of the things I do is go to commission meetings and listen to what they have to say. And they had a commission meeting last week with a tour at Sultan CD. Basically, the Grand Round River and southeastern Washington is pretty nice. And then the business meeting on the Thursday. So the main points I want to make sure you understand are there will likely be leftover money from the riparian grants program, and it's to be distributed to the CDs. There will be elections training on September 29th. The commission's working on, staff are working on 8908 section 30 to make it clear on having a tribal representative on the commission. Daryl Williams is a Tulalip tribal member and he's the current chair, but it just says government appointee, so they want to make it a little more definitive. 9/21 last week was Kirk Robinson's last day as the interim director. For you guys that don't know, Kurt was originally hired into the CD world on this district. Sarah Groth will be the interim until the position's filled. There are 6 finalists for the position. Interviews are going to be this week, and then there'll be a second round of interviews, and then the evaluation committee will make a recommendation to the commission, and they'll decide probably at their next meeting, which I think is November, right before the WACD meeting, late November. And the other neat thing is the commission will be hiring 8 additional staff positions, which I can remember when they had 5 people, and so this is kind of a shock. And that's all I know.
Okay, Sarah?
Do you know what those 8 additional staff positions, have those been designated yet?
No, I think it's that with all the money flowing from NRCS, from the IRA, inflation,
Oh, okay,
I
yeah,
think that's what's funding it, and I don't think they've decided yet.
okay.
Okay, that's WSTC, and you want to continue on WACD?
Yeah, WACD, the main things going on there are the area meetings are starting in October. They're in the 6 regions of the state. One in Port Angeles, one in South Bend, and other places around the area. And that's where our resolutions will go to those, and then hopefully we get support to get our stuff moving along. So that's the WACD report.
Okay.
NACD is there's a lot going on there. There was a government affairs update on the 22nd of September. And the basic message was, there's a lot we don't know. The continued resolution to prevent a shutdown is looking increasingly likely, which seemed pretty reasonable to me. With the current political climate on controlling spending, NACD priorities are still faring pretty well. If you're providing comments, meet with your congressperson and look at the NACD website to get some talking points there. The Farm Bill, the 2018 Farm Bill expires at the same time as the fiscal year. But NRCS programs were reauthorized by the Inflation Reduction Act. And there's 18 billion available in the 4 NRCS programs, 18 billion, that's a B. So they're still operating. And Chris Young, who's the NACD Government Affairs lead, thinks that there's still a possibility to see the Farm Bill language next month. I personally wouldn't put my money there. I did ask for another update on the government affairs stuff, kind of what's going on with the continuing resolution and the budget and the Farm Bill and all that within a month. And they said, yeah, they would do that. They feel like that both the House and Senate have a good sense of what the NACD would like to see, and they both are trying to keep the IRA money within the Farm Bill sideboard, which is good news for us. The Congressional Budget Office is concerned about NRCS being able to spend all the IRA funding, but the funding numbers are unclear, even to the congressional committees, Chris Young tells me. So it's unclear on how NACD is going to approach this. There's 2 new staff at NACD. Marquita Hall is going to be the new Southeast region representative, replacing Candace Abernathy. And then this is probably more important for us. Chessa Fromm is our new grants administrator. So we probably want to get to know her so we can leverage stuff and get what we want. And you got my report about the Southwest/Pacific region meeting. They said that last month. And NACD is soliciting proposals for the NACD 2024 annual meeting. That's February 10th to the 14th in San Diego. And there's going to be a banquet on the aircraft carrier Midway, which I've never been on an aircraft carrier before. It sounds impressive to me. Anyway, proposals for breakout session presentations are due October 13th. And they're going to be talking about community outreach, climate resilience, capacity, partnerships, diverse and non-traditional agriculture. And I think that's enough.
Okay.
I did make a smart aleck comment on the board packet for the commission. It was 259 pages. And I said, I'd like to quote Winston Churchill, this thing is so long and so complex that it defends itself against being read. So any questions on the commission, NACD or WACD?
Betsy, Helen, any questions?
Could you hear me okay, Betsy?
yes, that was great. Thanks.
Okay, no questions. Thanks, Doug. That moves us to item 6, governance. One item under governance tonight, which is to take a look at what we're going to do next month. So we'll pull up our work session topic list and our meeting agenda here. Here we go.
Can you see that on your screen, folks on the Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it looks
Sorry about that.
almost identical to the agenda we had tonight, for the work session or the topic list.
And what's the date again?
Probably remove those items.
I believe it was the 24th, October 24th, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there should be some preliminary results from the area meetings.
Okay, you wanna add that to the work
Yeah,
session?
area meeting update as.
Area meeting update, okay, let's put that in after item 5 there. Oh, no, well, that's it, it's already there, right? The resolution report out,
Well, this would be different. There may be there's
Okay.
other stuff that goes on. besides
so it'd be
this.
both, yeah, area
Yeah,
meeting
that'd be-
update and resolution
That-
report out,
that was-
okay. Okay, anything else to add to the topic list for next month?
Maybe a recap of our October legislative tours.
Good idea. Okay, we'll use that as a draft for now, then, and move on to, looking at the draft board meeting agenda. Again, fairly familiar territory here. Almost identical to what we're doing tonight. Anything to add there?
Well, we should change the date on the governance to the appropriate date.
Right. I believe we said it's gonna be the 21st?
Yeah, it's 21st.
Yes.
I would also like to add, sorry, to the work session topic list, 2024 budget development discussion.
I'd suggest that we actually do that on the board meeting, so I think it's something that the public would be of interest in and should be on the record.
Sure.
Put that under governance. Okay. Anything else on that? Okay, so as a reminder, I will not be at that next meeting or work session, so Helen will be chairing. I would also ask if it's okay with the board if we could record the work session so that I can watch that later. I know we always record the meetings, but I'd like to know what happens at the work session as well, if that's okay with folks.
Mhm.
No objections?
No objections.
Okay, thank you. All right, there we go. We have some things teed up for next month there.
Okay.
And then with that, we'll move back to tonight's agenda. And I think the last thing on our agenda tonight is an executive session. So this executive session is to consider the selection of a site or the acquisition of real estate. This is permitted under RCW 42.30.110 subsection 1B. I'd like to also ask that we extend this to 20 minutes. Reason being, it may not take 20 minutes, but we got into a bit of a snafu last time when we ran long and having to go back and then get back into the breakout room. So if we just say 20 minutes, that'll give us time so we don't have to deal with that technological glitch. And if we finish earlier, we finish earlier.
Sounds good.
That executive session will include all board members. It'll include Sarah, the executive director, and it'll also include Ben, who is our legal counsel and is on here tonight as well. We'll come back after that executive session with a quick report out, and then we will adjourn our public meeting. So with that, Sarah will give us a breakout option here, and we'll see you in the breakout room for the executive session.
Molly, I think we've been abandoned because we don't get to participate in the executive session.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Oh, really? Is that all we have to participate in for this meeting?
Travis put something in the chat that leads me to believe, yes, we're good.
Alrighty. That was easy. See you on Thursday.
Looks like everybody is back here now. So we just completed an executive session discussing potential real estate issues. And while we made no decision on a particular proposal, we have decided to provide the executive director with some direction on this, which is to work with our legal counsel to develop a letter of interest and to begin some negotiations with the developer and owner of a parcel of property here in Thurston County that is of interest to the Conservation District for future facilities, beginning in 2024. So we've greenlighted that process to continue, and the board will receive an update and potentially make a decision on a specific proposal at an upcoming board meeting.
Do you want a motion on that?
I don't think so. It's just a report out. I think that's all we
So
needed to
you
do.
said beginning in 2024, that's accurate? We
Correct.
wouldn't move in before.
We would look to move in before that timeframe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So subject to negotiations and decisions by the board, it could be prior to 2024, but certainly we've always been working towards the fact that we need a new facility in 2024 because we're losing our existing facility. Okay. With that, then we've come to the last piece of our meeting tonight, which is to adjourn. So we need a motion to adjourn. Unless y'all want to stay here.
I move to leave the meeting, to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, it's been moved by Betsy. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, seconded by Helen to adjourn our meeting. So the vote on adjournment here, Betsy,
Aye.
Helen,
Aye.
Doug,
Yes.
and chair votes aye. We have now completed our meeting for September. Thank you all for efficient meeting here this evening. And we'll see you next time, or I won't see you next time, but have a great meeting in October and I'll be back with you after that.
Have a
Have
great trip,
fun.
TJ.
Thank you very much. Good night.